So yeah, this is Elemental Stones. It's an abstract strategy game. It's like I said, the first of the Paizo games line. It's coming out January 31st at Paizo.com or your friendly local game stores. We will be streaming again on January 31st, so if you'd like to come back for that, you're more than welcome. Let's learn how to play it, and then we'll play it. That's the usual order of things, I would say. In this game, yep, each of us is going to be an elemental sovereign, playing and transmuting elemental stones, which are these little hex tiles here, to match patterns and score points and achieve a secret objective. So first, we're going to set things up. We're going to take one of each of these stones here. So we have 6 elements in the game. We have earth, we have wood, fire, metal, and this is totally random, I promise. Water, and then air is special. Air is kind of a wild in this game, and there are 4 more of them here, but there's only 5 air stones. Otherwise, there are 19 of the rest of these elements in this bag. We're also going to each get 2 stones to start. So if you want to grab from this tiny little bag, this magical whatever this bag would be called now in Pathfinder, definitely not one that holds things. Go ahead and grab those. So we'll start with those. And then we're going to put 12 around the outside edge of the board, and we'll cover what those are used for later. So that's 2. Everyone count with me at home. 3. You can help if you want. 4, 5, 6,
7.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
I gave
Great.
up on counting.
Yeah, that was good. We did it real well. Thanks for your help. And then finally, we're going to put out some other stones that will be drawing at the beginning of our turn, but we will get to that as well. So we put out stones to pick from equal to the number of players plus 1. So we've got 4 players. We're putting out 5 piles of stones here. Next, we're going to find out what sovereign we each are. So this is secret information. So if you want to hover over this pink deck on the right and just press 1 on your keyboard, that'll draw you 1 card automatically. Those on stream should be able to see what everyone is. I will hover over, well, actually, it doesn't matter if I hover over it, but if Rue does, then they'll show you kind of what each sovereign looks like. We have 1 sovereign that's not in the game. This is secret until the end of the game. But I know what kind of element I care about. I will score more points with a certain element, as will each player. And then we're also going to get 5 pattern cards, which are this white backed deck here. If you just hover over that and hit 5, you'll draw 5 of those. And then if you hover over the objective deck and click and type 2, you'll get 2 of those. We are going to be keeping 2 of these pattern cards and 1 objective. So we can, if you haven't played before, your choice might be a little bit arbitrary, but go ahead and I would say keeping patterns that have your element tagged in the top right corner is a good idea, as are the sort of 3 size elements that give you something that have a little plus air symbol on them. We'll cover that stuff later. For now, hover over the cards that you don't want in your hand and hit F to flip them over, and then just discard them up at the top here. And we will, once everybody's done that, we will get to getting.
We're discarding 2 patterns, you said?
You're going to discard 3 patterns.
Even better.
And do we discard one of the objectives also?
Yeah, and one of the objectives, exactly.
Oh, I already have to make choices.
Dang
it.
So this is meant to sort of help out with the randomness a little bit, where you get a little more choice in terms of hold on, we'll put this pattern back in the pattern deck. Boop.
Sorry.
No worries. And then yeah, once you've played, once or twice, then you'll have a little more agency in terms of what you want to keep. But for now, it can be kind of random your first game. And hello, everyone in chat. Thanks for coming. All right. So once we've all got 2 patterns left and 1 objective, I'll shuffle up these patterns, and then I'm going to put out 5 of them, which is, again, number of players plus 1. Doo-doo-doo-doo. And that's very uneven, and that bothers me, but that's okay. So I'm going to be first player just so I can take my turn and show you how it works. Definitely not trying to steal an advantage here.
Sure.
On your turn, you get 3 actions, and there's a reminder card that comes with the game. And Rue, if you hover over the reminder card, the action card, and then hold Alt, that'll zoom in on it. Sorry to Joe Splain. I think you knew that already.
I got you. I've been hovering.
Oh, cool. So you have a lot of actions you can take. The first is to draw a pattern. You get 3 actions per turn. The drawing a pattern you can only do once per turn. Otherwise, the other actions you can do as much as you want. So I can draw an action from the face-up patterns that are out here, or I can draw from the top of the deck. I'm not going to do that for my first turn. I don't think. Okay, I lied. I'm going to take this pattern. So I'm going to take this pattern for 1 action, put it into my hand. Next, you can play stones. So when you play stones onto the board, you pick a color, and then you put as many stones as you want of that color onto the board. So if both of these were yellow, I could say I'm playing yellow stones and put 1 there, and then pretending this one is yellow, I could put this one here. You have to place the first stone adjacent to something that's already on the board, and then any further stones have to be adjacent to a stone that you just played with this action. So I couldn't like separate them with 1 action, but I could take 2 actions if I really wanted to place them separately. Another thing you can do is transmute stones. So you can change stones that are already on the board or in your hand to a different color, different elements. The way you do that is you say, okay, I want to change this fire stone into a different stone. For that, you use the edge of the board. And you can change any element into one of the elements that's next to it, right? So if I wanted to change this fire stone, for 1 action, I could change it into a green stone or a yellow stone. So I could take the fire off and put this here, basically as 1 action. And then if I really wanted a blue stone, I could spend a second action to get it all the way to blue. Now, in order to do it, there has to be an available stone at the edge of the board. So that's good to note. If you do it from your hand, you can do as many stones as you want from your hand with 1 action and trade them in as long as there's sufficient stones. And again, as long as it's 1 step away on the sort of outside ring there. The other thing you can do on your turn, and let me see if I can do this now so I can just demonstrate. Can I do it now? This would be great if I could do it now. Yeah. So I'm going to use the play stone action to play this here. And now I can score a pattern card, which is my 3rd action. And I'm going to score this pattern because as you can see, if I rotate this around, it matches this pattern that's on the board. So at the end of the game, this will get me points. It's worth 4 points. If you don't play a pattern card and it's in your hand at the end of the game, it will lose you some points, which is a smaller number underneath the main scoring points. And finally, because this is a special like little 3-size pattern, I get an air stone when I play it. So I'm going to take this air stone, which again is a wild. I can treat that as any color when I'm playing stones or when I'm matching patterns, with a caveat that we'll get to. Finally, you can discard a card as an action. So for my 3 actions this turn, I drew a card, I played a stone, and then I scored a pattern. We're gonna take turns in. Oh, you know what I forgot to do was take stones. The very first thing you do before you take before you take your actions, you take some stones. So I'm gonna take these 2. I have taken those 2. Remember when I did that at the beginning before I took all my actions? Great. Thank you. The other thing to note about pattern cards, like once this is scored, I don't need to worry about this staying on the board. This can change. It's okay. I'll still keep my pattern. It also doesn't matter that I played this pattern. Someone else might make a pattern for you. You can just straight up score the pattern. It doesn't have to be you that puts the stones there. There's a couple other nuances like these air stones. If you wanted to use this wild, like let's say I had a pattern that was 2 reds in a row, which is not a thing, but we'll just pretend. I can score that pattern from my hand, but I have to replace this with the red stone that it counts as, that the pattern wants. And again, if there's not a stone available, then I can't do it. There's a few other things, but I think we can get started. And if you have questions, definitely feel free to ask. I started, so Alex will be next and going clockwise. And then we're going to pass the starting player at the end of the round. And we're going to clear out these pattern cards, any that weren't picked, and the stones that weren't picked will go to the outside edge. But that's pretty much it. Again, I'm sure I missed some things, so please feel free to ask questions. But otherwise, Alex, you can start your turn by taking 2 stones and then taking your 3 actions.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to start. I'm going to take this pair right here. So that wood and that earth. And then for my 3 actions, the first action I'm going to take is I'm going to take this pattern card into my hand. There we go. I did it.
How very wood sovereign of you.
I know, right? I'm just tipping my hand. And then let's see. I believe this will work. I'm going to place a firestone here in the center as my second action. And then I believe that will let me score this pattern if I rotate it 180 degrees, which I don't know how to do in Tabletop Simulator. Oh, there we go. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
You did it.
I'm doing it. So, oops. Okay, well, close enough. It makes that pattern in the center.
Perfect.
And I get points and an airstone. And that's my 3 actions, so I'm done. Go
Oh,
ahead,
you know what's-
Rue's next, I think. Or not Rue, Katina.
All right.
Useful information that I left out. How does the game end? Well,
Oh, that's a good call.
yeah, with 4
It
players.
never ends.
Yes, we just play forever. With 4 players, it'll end when one person has scored 5 patterns. We'll finish that round and then we'll score. Okay, so scoring. We're going to start with our pattern cards. So I'll just go through my scoring and then we can. Also, I want to point out that was about 35 minutes, something like that.
Yeah. That wasn't too bad.
For 4 of us, and that's actually maybe even a little faster for 4-person game. Everyone played pretty quickly.
That
But
also had pauses for questions from chat and stuff, too. So.
Yeah. So the whole point of this game was to be like a nice, quick game you can sort of pick up maybe while you're waiting to play an RPG, or of course just play as its own thing. So just wanted to call that out before I add up my points and see how we did here. So first, we're adding up the pattern cards. So I got 1823 from that. Now, my sovereign card, I was indeed the fire sovereign, which is great because a bunch of people played fire cards. I only managed to play 1 that counts. Obviously, this has fire in it, but it doesn't have the tag at the top right, which is what I need. So I played 1, Alex played 2, and Josh played 1. So that's 4 cards, which gives me 6 more points. So I'm at 29. And then my objective card was to have triangles, which Josh took 2 away from me at the end there, so I only have 1. I can't double count these
Whoa,
tiles.
No. I think I took 4 away from you. Oh, you can't
Well, you
double
can't
count
double
them.
count
Okay.
tiles, so
Okay.
yeah. But yes, you got me. You still got me good. Don't worry. So I'm at 33 points now, and then finally, I didn't have any negative points in hand, so we just look at each element that I have the most of, and I get 1 point for that. So I do not have the most metal. I do not have the most earth, but I do have the most water, tied with Alex here. So we're both going to get 1 point for that. So I think I'm at 34 points is my total.
Okay, should I talk through mine?
Yeah, please.
All right, I believe I have 25 points from my pattern cards.
Mhm.
I was the wood sovereign. None of you people played wood cards except Joe.
Yeah, got your back, buddy.
Yeah, we've got each other's backs. 3 wood cards for 4 points takes me to 29.
Mhm.
My objective was stones in a corner, which I had no idea how I was going to pull off. But I got 2 of those, so that's 8 points. Which takes me to 37. And then I have the most water and the most earth. So 39 points.
Very nice.
Ooh.
Macaronied.
All right. Well, let's see how math is. I believe I think I had 27 from my pattern cards.
Okay.
And then let's see. So I was the metal sovereign. Surprise! No one could see that coming. So let's see. I had 3D. Did anybody else play any? No.
I don't think so.
No
I didn't
metal.
help you.
Wow.
Sorry.
How dare. So that's 4 more points.
Okay.
So that's 31, right? And then I didn't get super great on my objective. It was the ones in the starting spaces. I believe I only got 2. Yes.
I don't think the middle one doesn't count as a
Oh,
starting
does the
space,
middle one not
unfortunately.
count?
Yeah.
You're right. It doesn't have a
That's not.
circle. So womp womp. I didn't get any from my objective.
Oh no, sorry.
It's fine.
Unclear objective IMO.
No, that's why I was wondering at the end. I was wondering if I should
Oh.
transmute this one, but then I wouldn't have been able to score my pattern card. So
Gotcha.
it was a toss up.
Okay, and then your most.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I almost
Yeah.
forgot. Yes, I have the most wood and the most metal, it looks like. So that's
Yes,
two
so 2
more
more points.
points. So 33 total?
33. We're 1 point apart, you and I.
Woohoo!
And you've played this once before in a
I
playtest
think
state?
one. Yeah.
Okay. So well done, IMO. And then Josh, how did you do?
Well, I did all right. I didn't score too many on the cards. I got 18 points via cards. I was the Earth Sovereign. I had a little bit of help from Katina. So I got 4 points from that for having 3 total cards with the Earth symbol in the corner. And then my big claim to fame was having, as you could probably have guessed, Earth symbols around the edge of the board.
Nice.
Yeah, I believe I scored all 8 of those.
Jeez.
So I get
Very
16
nice.
points off of that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wasn't just being mean for no reason. It was
Being mean for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah. But I do have -2 from having this card in my hand, which I believe makes my total of 36, which I think puts me in second.
It does. Did you get the
Nice.
most of any particular elements?
I did
left over?
not.
No. Okay, cool.
No.
36. So yeah, second place. So Alex got 39, you got 36, Josh. I got 34, and Katina got 33. So all within 6 points of each other.
Nice.
GG. Thank you for
Good
playing.
game, everyone.
Yeah, that was fun.
So we'll do some.